Okay, so here's the main box, and I got this off of eBay. It was a rack, and it already had some holes in the front, so I added more holes and added these little status lights so I know if things are breaking or not. I have a thing here to kill power if something goes really bad. I got some filters here for the air to come into the box to keep everything cool. And I got a little timer and a switch. And then inside the box, over here I have a power supply. This big silver box, this is what runs my stepper motors. That sits power to the stepper motors. This is the power for the PC. And then I have a 12 volt supply and a 5 volt supply. And I'm hooking up a 12 volt line for the Arduino. And then over here I got some AC coming in on these little terminals, so everything's nice and safe, nothing gets shorted out. And this is where all the 12 volts and 5 volts and 40 volts get sent out, so nothing gets shorted out. So these are just blocks to keep all the wires nice and tidy. Then inside these little channels here is where all the wires are running. So, and then this is the controller in the back. This is the guy that actually sends the control signals to the stepper motors. This is the back side of it. It's got a heat sink and some fans, and I'll show you the other side in a minute. That's a little filter box so I don't get too many spikes coming in from the AC line. And if you run around back, you'll see in the back, it's a little dark. Hold on, get some light back here. These are the connectors that go to the controller. So this black panel is the controller, and then these are the wires going to the stepper motors, and then there's that big connector on the bottom right there that plugs into the Arduino. And then these are the actual wires that go to the switches. So this way I know if I have a switch trip, the VFD, which is my spindle, the touch probe, and the laser. So these are all controls for that. And then these are all controls for the stepper motors. And the stepper motors are these black guys that have that's where the other end of that wire goes. And there's one on each end. There's one over here. And then there's another one on top. And if you look at it, the one on each end will move this guy forward and backward. This guy here forward and backward. This motor here moves it sideways. And then this motor here moves it up and down. So now I can move this guy in just about any direction I want. And that's what this box is for down here. That's to control everything. So I'm going to put some of it back together and I'll show you what it looks like.